8-7 in 10 innings. Kyle Stowers with your walk-off 2-run home run, 8 runs on 11 hits for Miami, 7 runs on 11 hits for Kansas City. Nelly, new half, same Kyle Stowers. This guy's unbelievable, right?
You know, there's a lot of good things you can take away from the first half, and it just all of a sudden just carried over into tonight's game to start the second half, and that's not giving at-bats away.
Yeah.
And playing the entire ball game. Giving 27 outs now, you had to give a little bit more because you went at extra innings. You absolutely love that because there's a lot of clubs, veteran clubs, that'll get behind. All of a sudden, they shut it down. Okay, let's start thinking about tomorrow. And that's what you don't want to happen, and that's what has not happened here. And it hasn't happened all year, and especially if you want to go back all the way to the start of June. They have not given at-bats away, and that's 1 through 9. So you have a lot of contributors. Kyle Stowers is becoming a superstar.
I mean,
a superstar.
You're willing to attach the double S, right? I mean, he became a star in the first half.
Yeah, nobody knew. Everybody, talking to Orioles players and some of the broadcasters last year, and seeing, okay, what kind of player. They knew they had a good player in Norby. They knew they had a good player in Stowers. They just didn't have any place to play in the Baltimore lineup. There was no place in the outfield. And Norby, had both of them put together really good minor league numbers, but they just didn't get the opportunity. They're getting the opportunity here, and I think everybody's seeing what Kyle Stowers is about. He just hit his 21st home run. Now, you were talking, and we were talking 30. This guy could hit 35 this year. He's locked in. Now, power comes in bunches. Yeah, that happens. I mean, you had 3 on Sunday before the All-Star break, and then the first day you hit 2. So, I mean, he's been pretty amazing. And he's a complete player. He hits for average.
Yeah.
You're not going to fool him on a lot of pitches. He'll bleed one every once in a while. He's got tons of power and plays great defense. He's a complete player.
This guy, again, you run out of words for Kyle Stowers, and the line on him today, 3 for 5, 2 more homers, 5 RBIs. This guy on the year hitting .298. I just want to pull up what the season looks like. 92 games so far, hitting .298. 13 doubles, 21 homers, 59 driven in, a .934 OPS as it stands right now. And just checking on the league leaders in Major League Baseball, as it stands, literally right this second, Kyle Stowers, 6th in Major League Baseball in slugging percentage behind Eugenio Suarez and ahead of the RBI leader in Major League Baseball, Seiya Suzuki. And an OPS, this guy is right in between Byron Buxton and Kyle Schwarber. He's ahead of Juan Soto. He's ahead of James Wood. This guy with a .934 OPS is 6th in baseball. I love that you attach the word superstar to him because I think I'm willing to go there right now.
Yeah, I think he's becoming one. And the thing of it is I think the only knock is why this guy hit 2nd or 3rd. Why is he hitting 5th? You want your best players to get the most ABs, and usually that's the 1 through 3 slot. Why is he not hitting 2nd or 3rd? I mean, I want this guy at the top of the lineup. I want to see him 4, 5, 6 times a night.
Man, Jack McMullen, Jeff Nelson here, 10th Inning Show, recapping all of this. There are some other complementary pieces to this game that I want to highlight here. Augustin Ramirez, another multi-hit day, had an RBI to bring the Fish within 1 in the 10th inning. This guy's blossoming. Are you ready to call him a star yet or no?
I'm not easy. I'm going to tell you what. I was looking at we'll maybe talk about the Rookie of the Year list, and they had it on social media, both the American League and National League, and I think they had the National League. They had him 3rd. I forget. There was a couple guys that were ahead of him. I'll have to go back and look, but you can't leave an off-speed pitch over the middle of the plate. You gotta. If you're not executing a breaking ball down and away or a fastball down and away, he's going to crush you. Yeah. I mean, he hits everything hard. He doesn't bleed very many balls into the outfield. And 2 balls today that, he hit hard. He just kept that line moving. Yes, Hill's run meant nothing because you had the 2-run lead.
Yeah.
And you go out, if you're Estevez, and pitch like it's a nothing, or that you have a 2-run lead. Don't worry about that run. And then he makes a mistake against Stowers. But still, Ramirez keeps the line going. Like you mentioned, there's a lot of great things in this line. Paulie, a couple of big hits as well, getting the opportunity to play a 3rd. So, a lot of good offensive days or nights for this lineup.
Last thing that I want to throw at you, I know Calvin Fauché allowed the homer in the 9th to John Rave, but this bullpen, after a rough start from Sandy, he went 6 innings, allowed 4 runs. Sandy Alcantara today, I mean, Bender with a 1-2-3 seventh, right? Then you got Enriquez with a scoreless eighth. Fauché allows the homer in the ninth, but Bacher looks comfortable until the Adam Frazier double. This bullpen is really kind of rounding into form right now, and you're seeing what a win looks like for the Marlins, Pat.
Yeah, and you know what? The one thing that, and you don't see a lot of clubs do it, and the Marlins don't do it, you would love to see set roles.
Yeah.
And I know that doesn't exist anymore for some teams. I mean, some teams you do. You look at the Royals, they do have set roles. You would like, I mean, because they use, whether it's Enriquez, Bender, Fauché, they use all three to get saves. And, you would love to see, and I don't know how much that means. I know for me as a reliever, we wanted set roles. We wanted to know when that phone rang, hey, when we wanted to, okay, this is our time.
Yeah.
And you knew when your time was going to be, and you knew, who you were setting up for. I don't know how much it means to them now.
Yeah.
Relievers usually like certain roles. They do have a decent bullpen. They do have multiple guys that probably could close out a game. I don't know if having set roles might help a little bit better, like tonight.
Yeah.
But they did it nice. They did a nice job.
Just amazing, Nelly.
All right.
Appreciate you. We'll do
See
it
you
again
tomorrow. Yes.
Ricardo, do we have Kyle Stowers right now? Let me know. Perfect. It sounds like Steven Strom did stand by with Kyle Stowers after his walk-off homer. Let's hear from those two now.
Dude, what planet are you on right now?
Brother, I promise you guys, it doesn't feel as sexy as it looks. I had a couple bad at-bats back-to-back. I just thought I made an adjustment there. I just was willing to go down by trying to be early on a fastball, and just trusted the plan. I mean, it doesn't feel as sexy as it looks, I promise you.
Are you living a dream, though, right now?
It does feel a little bit like that. I'm just so overwhelmed, so grateful to God. I mean, man, going into this year, if you had told me this would be where I'm at right now, I mean, it's not on my own strength. I firmly believe that. Honestly, just want to take things day by day, work hard, bring glory to God, and make an impact on as many people as I possibly can. It's great that I'm playing well. I think a lot of my teammates would be honest with you and tell you that even in spring when it wasn't going well, I feel like I was the same guy.
Wow, thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Jack.
How cool is that? Thank you very much, Stephen, and thank you very much, Kyle Stowers. Just amazing. Again, 8-7 your final score in 10. Kyle Stowers with a multi-homer day, including a walk-off two-run shot in the bottom of the 10th. When we come back, we'll run you through the highlights here. 10th Inning Show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Chronic migraine.
2-1. That one lifted out to left center field. Hill and Myers converging. Derek Hill calling for it. D. Hill's got it. And that is how this ball game ends. Horsepower on the hill. Edward Cabrera for 7, scoreless. Bender with a 1-2-3 eighth. And Ronnie Enriquez does the same in the 9th. And for the first time since 2008, your Fighting Fish have won 8 in a row.
Early. So they reacted and said, all right, let's go, breaking balls away.
First pitch, Stowers rips that one up the gut and through that hit the umpire Emil Jimenez. Jesus Sanchez around second. He comes in to score, but Jimenez is saying, hold on.
Whoa.
Hold on. That hit him on the leg, and that will in all likelihood.
The bench, and they're like, no, we see you as a future starter.
1-1. That one rolled over to short. Could be 2. Lee on to second for 1. On to first. Not in time. The fielder's choice. And that brings in the first run. Xavier Edwards scores from third base. It is an RBI for Otto Lopez. He's right back on that RBI groove. A 6-4 fielder's choice. It's 1-0 Marlins in the bottom of the first.
Right up there. Oh, goodness.
1-2. Otto on the move again, and Augustine smacks the ball out to left center. No doubt about it. Lucky number 13 for Augustine Ramirez. An ambush. 425 feet on the homer, and it's 3-0 Fish right away. This roster, it's the youngest roster in Major League Baseball. A 1 pitch. Sanchez rips that one off the mound. That pinballs into center field. That's in for a base hit. And Edwards around third. He comes in to score.
Inning Show on the Marlins Radio Network.
10th inning show rolls on here. An 8-7 win for the Fish in 10 innings. Kyle Stowers with your walk-off 2-run home run to get a W over the Kansas City Royals. Multi-homer day for Kyle. This guy is 6th in all of Major League Baseball in OPS as it stands right now. But let's run you through the highlights here on the 10th inning show, and we start in the bottom of the first inning right away against a possibly deserving all-star in Seth Lugo, who opened this game for Kansas City. 2 hitters in, Jesus Sanchez greeted him to the second half. Lugo's 2-2 to Sanchez. That one hit well, out to center field in deep. Isbell working back. He's just looking up. It is gone. Hope you kicked your feet up, Sanchi. A blast. 431 feet on the solo homer. 110 off the bat. And welcome back to Marlins baseball. It's 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Otto Lopez hits one hard as well, a hitter later, but he lined out to center. But then Agustin Ramirez shot an 109-mile-an-hour ground ball through the left side of the infield. And Kyle Stowers, the all-star, doing what he does best. 3-1. That one hit well, out to right center. Caglione back at the track, number 20. How about the all-star? Kyle Stowers, a 2-run blast. And it's an early ambush, 3-0 Fish in the bottom of the first inning. So that is how scoring began. The Marlins then extended 2 innings later in the third, thanks to Otto Lopez.
Eventually, it may become a problem.
Otto hits one out to left center field and deep. Isbell back, track, wall. He jumps up. It's off the LED facing in left center. Edwards trots home from third. Otto Lopez missed a homer by feet, but he's got an RBI double, and they are hammering Seth Lugo. 4-0 Fish, bottom 3. And then Kyle again. 1-0 pitch. That one hit high in the air out to shallow center field. Long run for Isbell and Witt. That drops into the triangle, and that'll plate a run. Kyle Stowers, it may not be a long ball, but he finds the perfect spot in left center field. He loops an RBI single, and the Fish keep jumping on Lugo. 5-0 on the RBI knock in the bottom of the third. And 5-0 is how this thing held for quite a while. Actually, not quite a while, a half inning. Then Salvador Perez opened the fourth inning with a knock. Nick Lofton opened scoring for Kansas City a half inning later. 2-2 is a chopping ground ball over to third. Paulie plucks it. He's got to hurry. He gets it to first. It was a little bit offline. Hicks had to jump off the bag, and that is an RBI for Lofton. It plates the first run of the game for Kansas City. Aaron Lenhart went to the phone. And Lenny saying, no, don't challenge. It seemed like Hicks clearly jumped off the bag. But that RBI single for Nick Lofton makes it 5-1 Marlins in the top of the fourth. Sandy Alcantara allowed 4 runs across his 6 innings of work. All 4 came in the top of the fourth inning, and 3 of the 4 came on one swing. It was the first career home run for John Rave. 2-1 pitch. That one drilled out to right center field and deep. Both Myers and Sanchez are looking up, and that is gone. That ball was smashed by John Rave. It's his first major league home run. And went 422 feet out to right center field to make it a 1-run game. It's 5-4 Marlins in the top of the fourth. So Rave, with his first major league homer in the fourth, tied this game in the ninth with his second big league bomb. 3-2 again. That one hit well out to left center field. Stowers and Hill on the move. Back to the track, at the wall, and it's gone. John Rave ties the game at 5. He hit his first major league homer in the fourth, and he hits his second in the ninth. And that is how we got to extras, tied at 5 in the top of the 10th inning. Adam Frazier, fresh off a trade from the Pittsburgh Pirates yesterday, was acquired by Kansas City literally yesterday, plated the 2 go-ahead runs for KC. 0-1. That one golfed down the right field line. That is a fair ball that's rolling into the corner. It's going to plate 2. Frazier cruises into second base. He stops there in his first plate appearance back in Kansas City after the trade. He has a 2-run double, and it's 7-5 Royals in the top of the 10th. So then it was a 2-run game going into the bottom of the 10th inning. Placed runner at second base was Derek Hill. Otto Lopez lined out to right field for out number 1. But Agustin Ramirez made it a 1-run ball game against the all-star closer for Kansas City, Carlos Estevez. Estevez sees Agustin, who lines one into left that is in for a base hit. That's going to plate a run to make it a 1-run game. Estevez might have ignored him, but he came in to score anyways. Agustin with an RBI single. It's 7-6 in the bottom of the 10th, but still work to do.
I tell you what.
Still work to do. Kyle Stowers did that work. Stowers power, baby. 1-1. Kyle swinging away, out to right and deep. The All-Star leaves the yard. Welcome to the second half. Same Kyle. A walk-off, 2-run home run. 8-7, the Marlins get the win in 10. This guy is unbelievable.
How about a 3 home run day to end the first half, and a 2-run home run day to start the second half, and a walk-off to cap it off?
It really is hard to fathom. And Jeff Nelson, credit to him, half a second before that swing, he said, how about he ends it right now? Kyle Stowers with his 21st home run on the year, 5 homers over his last 2 games. This guy is a superstar in the making. When we come back, we'll hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough. 10th Inning Show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Visit Miccosukee Casino.
0-1 pitch, here it is. Line drive, base hit, left center. Hicks went back for a moment. He's still going to get the green light from Lally and score. First and third, Miami, RBI for Dane Myers. And the Marlins have tied up the ball game. Reds in the home white. Here's the pitch. Hit well to right field. Going back is Benson. It's over his head and off the wall. Hernandez scores. Here's Myers around. He scores. Another double for the X-Man, Xavier Edwards. 2 RBIs and a 3-1 Miami lead.
He is.
Oh, okay. That's a good one.
You have a lot of bald guys to choose from.
2-2 pitch. Fist to the center. Goes off the glove of Dela Cruz into center field. Here comes Edwards around third. The Marlins have 4 in the inning and still nobody out. RBI single for Jesus Sanchez, his 30th ribby of the year. This 10-game winning streak in the visiting unis. Pitch to Ramirez, chopped the third. It's a high one over the head of Marte. Rounding third, easily scoring is Sanchez. Lopez over to third, and Augustine pulls in a second with a double, his 17th double of the year. The Bluebirds are coming here in Cincinnati, a 5-run inning. It's a Baltimore chop. Texas Leaguer is the other one. And now here's Stowers with a drive deep to right field. Benson is going back at the wall. He'll have room. He makes the catch. This will move up 2 runners, though. One of them will score in Lopez. Ramirez goes to third, and Stowers gets his 30th RBI in now a 6-run third inning.
When magical stuff can happen.
Here's the 1-2 to Norby. Hits it in the air to right center field. Benson going over there, makes the catch on the run, but it's going to be an easy tag for Agustin Ramirez. Back-to-back sacrifice flies for Miami, and it's now 7-1. Fish.
And I want to add this, too, because when Jack interviewed Marlins president.
You'd rather that than 2 strikeouts. Here's Edwards.
Show rolls on an 8-7 win for your Miami Marlins in 10 innings. Kyle Stowers, who else? The hero, walk-off 2-run home run in the bottom of the 10th. Let's hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, after this one.
That was an awesome atmosphere. The fans were great. That was and Kyle Stowers, he starts the second half similar to how he started the first half. This one just a little more emphatic, I think.
Yeah, where the thing is over.
I don't know, but I guess maybe he still had it in his mind.
I mean, 5 homers for him in the last 2 games you guys have played. It's the first time in Marlins history that's the case. I mean, what is it like watching a guy perform on this level offensively?
I mean, you definitely don't take it for granted because what he's doing right now is special. I mean, like you said, the day he had in Baltimore, to come to start the break coming out of it the way he did tonight. A couple more homers, some really great swings, and in that moment there against a really high quality back end arm in Estevez. That was, it's a lot of fun watching Kyle. And again, keep saying it, that Kyle is easy to root for, but just because of how he goes about everything and how humble he is. So everything that's been coming his way is through a lot of hard work, and very happy for him.
For you guys to have a 5-0 lead, below that be down 7-5 in the 10th, to watch your hitters in Augustine and then Kyle come through the way they did, runners in scoring positions, young hitters. What does it say to you about the way these guys are prepared and growing throughout the year, that they keep coming through in these types of situations?
It continues to speak to their toughness. They just, from day one this season, they've shown an incredible will. They have a lot of grit. They don't give up. And these moments don't happen by accident. I think these guys, they really prepare right. What Pedro and Derek continually preach to them. And, when you have a chance to be in a moment, just, they've come up in a lot of big ways. And I think that's what I'm most proud of anything, is this season's gone along, is our ability to respond. And it would have been very easy after what happened, in the top of the 10th to, and not go the way it did. But they just went up there and it was like, just try to have great at bats, and that's what they did. So continually impressed and proud of how their resiliency and their ability to respond.
Now it's wins in 20 of your last 30 games as a group, as you date back over the last month. I mean, how much has changed for you from when you look back to the first month of the season to now the last month that you guys have played?
We've seen a lot of growth by individuals, and we've seen a lot of growth by our team. I think those inside the clubhouse, we've felt great about the group we've had all season long. And I think over time, we've seen a lot of maturation and with how they've handled the various experiences that have come their way. And so I think it's just continuing to show now that the will to compete and is always been there, and finding ways to come through in some difficult moments is great. I think, and we're playing and doing a lot of things well, putting ourselves at least in position to have chances like we did tonight.
3 walk-off hits this season. So, you got the stage at the All-Star game. What is it about these moments, do you think, that makes him come through?
Kyle has an ability to just calm things down and be present in that moment. I don't think he's trying to do anything more than get a pitch that he's looking for and put a good swing on it. I think a lot of it is, you'd love to be the person to get it done. I think Kyle has gotten it done on a number of occasions, and he takes a very similar type approach, I think, in those moments as he does throughout the game. And he got a pitch that he could handle there, put a really good swing on it. So I think the game not speeding up on him, the ability to calm yourself down, stay in the moment, are attributes that Kyle has continued to display, which at least gives himself a chance in those high pressure spots to just be able to go, execute.
I think whether it's average, OPS, slugging, he's like top 2, 3 maybe after that home run. Just, do you think people need to be talking about him more in this season for MLB, conversation for it, whether it's MVP or breakout star or whatever?
I think what Kyle continues to do is, yes, he has had an incredible first half of the season and now into the second half. I think those that got a chance to spend time around him in Atlanta, guys he competes against as players, staff, they came away very impressed with the conversations you have with Kyle, how intelligent he is, how in tune he is with his plan and approach. So it's not an accident that Kyle is having this type of success. He's got tremendous ability, as well as a very good brain and the ability to look at each day and at bat as its own. And what he's doing from a performance standpoint, certainly, any recognition that he gets and comes his way, he's deserving of that. And, he just continues to, in some ways, he just quietly keeps his head down and goes about it. And I think his performance will continue to speak for itself.
How are your thoughts on Sandy's?
I thought I think the angle of his pitches tonight was really good. I mean, he threw some really good sinkers tonight. I think we saw some that had more teeth to them, threw some really good sliders. I think, outside of, the one ball that was kind of more midline that was hit for the home run, a few hits in that inning, they do happen, but it wasn't hard contact. And I thought, going through 6 again tonight, got us through 6 there. We're right in the game. I thought it was a good outing for Sandy. And, outside of the 1 inning there, he put zeros up and, left the game with a chance to win.
Was there ever any considerations to let Ronnie go tonight as well?
No.
When it comes to the offense, tonight you guys really ambushed Lugo early, and he's a guy with 10 pitches. So what is the prep that goes into being able to be that aggressive against a guy who really could be throwing anything at you at any count?
Yeah, really tough pitcher to game plan against because of the number of weapons and pitches he has, his ability to change speeds. So they are hitting guys that did a really good job, at least giving them some areas of the strike zone to go look for, and not to get caught too much and chasing your tail. And I think that they came out very aggressive and got some pitches to, it's one thing to get pitches to hit, but also to execute and put those types of swing on them, and really solid job of staying hard in the middle of the field for some extra base hits. So I think we were just able to capitalize on some mislocated pitches, but our guys were in a good spot from a preparation standpoint to be ready for those.
What's up, boss?
Hi.
What you got, Strami?
Oh my gosh, man.
It's amazing. Do we take our final break
Yeah,
right
take
now?
your break.
Okay.
I gotta regroup.
Yeah, I gotta regroup right now. So we'll take one more break. Ricardo Wanche has been hanging with us all night. When we come back, we'll talk through this one, and then we'll say see you. 10th inning show concludes next on the Marlins Radio Network. He comes set again. He's got Sanchez at first, Edwards at third. Nobody gone. The 2-2 to Otto Lopez is on the way. And that one, a ground ball, could be 2. Ortiz charging. He scoops to second for 1. On to first, not in time. And the first run comes in. Edwards scores from third base. It is a 6-4 fielder's choice, but another RBI for the RBI machine right now. Otto Lopez, it's 1-0 Fish in the first. That one, a little swinging bunt in front of the mound. The pitcher, Priester, picks it up. He lofts it. He airmails the first baseman, Bowers. Throw goes to third base as X was pushing, and that ball gets away from the third baseman, Durbin. So Edwards comes in to score. Sanchez pushes to second, and the Brewers are throwing the ball around the ballpark.
We would call that a snowball fight. That's what it looked like, especially on that sinker. He also throws that cutter, so that cutter's going to look the same.
First pitch to Connor Norby. He drills out to right center and deep. Frelick back, track, wall. It is gone. Early pyrotechnics. Connor Norby. He's getting right. 5th homer of the year. A solo shot to right center. And it's a 2-run game. 5-3 Milwaukee in the bottom of the 4th.
Decision that he was going to go.
First pitch to Otto Lopez. That's deep enough. That one drilled out to left and deep. It is gone. Tied at 5. Otto pounces.
I would love that, actually.
Imagine.
0-2. That one, a little swinging bunt, third base side. That's going to be a fair ball. Bender picks it up. He fires to first. It's in time. Anthony Bender saves a run. Pitchers are athletes.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Wrapping up 8-7,
the win for the Miami Marlins in 10 innings. Kyle Stowers, in his last 2 baseball games, is 8 for 10 with 5 homers, 11 RBIs, and 23 total bases. 23 total bases in 2 baseball games. He is the first player in Marlins history with 5 homers in a 2-game span. That is from our friends at Just Baseball Media. But, dude.
There's nothing even to say. I mean, dude, there's no takeaways.
There's
man.
no takes.
I mean, I had some takes in the chamber, but you throw them out when Kyle Stowers does something like that, dude.
It was so funny. Segment 1, Nelly and I were talking, and I was like, I want to pivot to the bullpen because the bullpen did a good job today. And I was like, what are we doing?
Nah, dude, it's. I even said in my interview, I was like, are you living a dream? Are you in a what planet are you on? Those are the 2 questions that I asked.
And I love that he acknowledged that he is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Instead of boys are playing good ball, just glad we got the win. It's like, yeah, I'm
even
kind of
that I think this moment cracked Kyle. Even Kyle Stowers, who I've told him even on Sunday on the getaway game against Baltimore, I said, stop. I need you to be selfish. Stop being so humble.
Yeah.
Can you talk? You just hit 3 home runs against your former team.
Right.
This cracked him, dude. This, I think, put him into another stratosphere of like, oh my God, this is not real. Kyle Stowers is putting together one of the best seasons in Marlins franchise history. I was looking at some of them, like Giancarlo Stanton had 59 home runs one year with 140
Big G was an MVP.
Whatever. Like he's him. But Kyle Stowers is putting together, in my opinion, one of the greatest seasons in Marlins franchise history. We're not even into the end of July yet.
Yeah.
He's got 21 home runs. I don't know. I'm not going to put a ceiling on him. I told you, I'm like, he could hit 30 home runs. He could hit 40 home runs.
Yeah.
I mean, this is incredible what we've seen, man. And talk about moment after moment after moment that he's delivered. Walk-off on opening day. Mason Miller, grand slam. This. And I love that this crowd came out tonight and they were rewarded. It was a great crowd tonight.
Great crowd.
And they got to see what this team is going to look like for a very long time.
Listen, sometimes you show up for dollar dogs, and Kyle Stowers is a multi-homer
I guess so,
day,
man. I
including a
guess
walk-off.
so. That's all I got for you. Kyle Stowers, man. It's very few times am I like at a loss for words or like my jaw is to the floor. My jaw was to the floor. I could not believe it, but you should believe it if you've watched this guy the entire season. Nothing should surprise you. This, though, even put me over the top. I was like, oh my God, it was a no-doubter. Him just looking over and flipping the bat. Not really a bat flip, but just knowing that thing was long gone.
Listen, and I mean, Nelly knew it too. Nelly was talking about the body language. Dude, 5 seconds before he hit that, he said, let's see if Kyle can end it right here. There's something about the way he's carrying himself.
Yeah.
He's the big man on campus right now. He's the king of Miami at the moment.
He is the king of Miami with nothing going on with football, not in the picture, basketball not in the picture. Like Kyle Stowers.
Heck, you know what?
Mayor.
Give me 5 weeks of Dolphins football. I still think Kyle Stowers is the mayor of Miami right now.
I probably agree with you too. What a win, man!
Amazing. Just amazing, and amazing work by Ricardo Wance in studio.
Shout out to Ricardo real quick, man.
Day.
Ricardo been in the studio for I don't even know how many. He got there at 7 in the morning.
Yeah,
we're not on until 6:30 today. Round of applause to him. Like honestly, our board ops, our producers, Ricardo holding it down. The Godfather over there.
Ricardo,
making sure we're on the air.
Great job by
for
Ricardo.
This moment, man, this is why you do this. This is why you're in sports, man. This is
For
why
sure.
I went to Kane University. This is why you went to Syracuse. For moments like this, man, you
No doubt.
cannot script this. You can't pay for this. You can't go to your 9 to 5 and script at the bank that Kyle Stowers is going to hit a walk-off home run. You only get this when you're in this like this. This is the beauty of sports, man.
No doubt.
Beauty of sports.
No doubt.
I'm going to sleep.
Kane University, stand up.
I'm out.
Thank you to Ricardo again. All right, Steven just left. Thank you to Ricardo again. For Steven, for Nelly, I'm Jack saying so long. Thanks for joining us on YouTube and X if you found us there first time, and we'll do this every game from here on out through the rest of the season. This was easy enough. So we're hanging out. This has been a presentation of Miami Marlins baseball on the Marlins Radio Network.
#1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio.